Trump's at it again.
Imagine the very real possibility that we can't get fuel for our cars.
I think we're on the cusp of a world war. The overall consensus I'm getting from everyone George at the moment is there's fear.
Fear in the uncertainty, like in
look.
in our space.
This is the most fear I've seen since COVID.
People saw how bad COVID was, and it's like, oh, is this another thing that's about to happen?
You bought into this more than anyone else. And the worst part is that comes across. You're almost giving them the out because you've already bought into it mentally.
Don't let it be your story. Find ways to make it work.
Trump's at it again.
I mean, it's never a dull moment, is it?
Listen, how on top of this are you?
Only what I see in social media posts. So okay. I don't research, but I see stuff.
Yeah, I don't research, but I definitely consume.
Yeah.
I definitely consume, but I'm not like Googling and I don't know. Does anyone do that?
I'm sure there would be.
Okay. So I'm not doing that, but I think the overall consensus I'm getting from everyone, George, at the moment is there's fear.
Mm-hmm.
Are you seeing that?
Fear in the uncertainty, like in
look
in our space,
it's almost. This is the most fear I've seen since COVID.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
Like
I think because people saw how bad COVID was, and it's like, oh, is this another thing that's about to happen with that as well? Because imagine the very real possibility that we can't get fuel for our cars.
Yeah, okay.
Imagine what that does.
What does it do?
I think that'd be massive.
Why?
You can't get fuel.
Yeah, like
not just for our vehicles.
Change?
I'm saying, what's going to change? A lot will change.
Why? They will reserve the fuel. They're not retarded. They won't wait till they run out and they'll be like, hey,
yeah,
fuck,
so they'll say for essential services, for example. So food trucks,
they'll start
shit like that. Okay.
Yeah, cool. So we got food. Yeah. Great. Mm-hmm. Fucking what a life. We've got food. Yeah. What else?
How are you going to get to work? I'm in the construction space, yeah?
Yeah.
I can't work. Well, my tradies can't work from home and lay bricks.
But that'd be an essential service.
Do you reckon they would be considered to be like, hey, I'm in construction, I can fuel my car?
You don't reckon?
I don't know. How bad does it get?
You sound very worried.
Oh, there you go. It's a question, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's something to be considered. I don't think it's going to get that bad. I genuinely don't. But is it? The other day I was out with some friends, like yesterday actually, and we're talking, and there's like, the Qantas have started to restrict flights, as in the quantity of flights that they're doing because of the fuel issues. And my mate just said he's paid $2,000 return to go to Perth in the next few months as well. Which, these are sorts of things that are starting to creep in. Every now and then I'm getting emails from suppliers, fuel levies, all that sort of shit creeping in to their pricing and whatnot. So, yeah, I think people will start to feel the pinch. And if things keep going up and keep getting more expensive with fuel, then, does that then translate to all the goods and services that everyone's engaging in? Even the food in the supermarket, is everything going up there too?
Well, supposedly they've come out and said that if this continues, this is what I've heard. So there's two sides to this. Like there's two ends of the spectrum. And you got people who I guess, blah, 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 which is not a lot of people. But then there's people who are freaking out, man. Like I'm starting to notice it in like client conversations, conversations with friends, and like all of a sudden people are like, hey, have you stocked up? Stocked up on what? And like, no, like, did you go buy pasta and rice? And I'm like, why? They're like, they reckon
such a fear mentality.
Yeah, and like they reckon they're going to run out. And I was like, dude, like, I don't think they're going to let us starve.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
It'll be mayhem.
What the?
It will be mayhem. You can't. Like, it'll be, I'm going to break into your house to steal your food to feed my family. That's what it's about.
And then
it's not going to get to that.
I don't want to have the food at that point. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, what? To have people breaking into my house to eat food?
Yeah, exactly.
Imagine that.
Shit.
No, but do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
Like, there's some serious...
It was the same shit though when we had fucking people running for toilet paper back in the day. I refused to do that. I refused to do it.
People are a bit more scared. Like
I think
COVID was like
they're a bit more scared because they've got precedence, as in from COVID. That's the only reason it would be like that, because no one did stupid shit like that back then, right? You reckon
They
that
did,
guy's
they
still
did.
sitting
There
on?
was-
No, as in thinking it more so. Sorry, they did the stupid shit. Do you reckon that guy with the toilet paper now that's still stocked up from COVID is just laughing at everyone? You know, like he could very well be. He's probably got doomsday bottles and pastas and all that sort of shit stored in his garage. But I refuse to buy into that sort of stuff, man. I hope it's doesn't bite me in the ass and then I wasn't prepared and I don't have any food and I'm the guy knocking
George
down the house.
Passes.
But I don't think it's going to head that way, man. If it gets expensive, it gets expensive. Today I had a client pull out of some mentoring that he's doing with me because of these exact reasons. Oh, we're feeling the pinch. It's hard. I'm saying, okay, you're leaving a program that's designed to help you get through all this stuff. Doesn't make sense, does it? It's like, oh yeah, but it's tight. And it's like, it's the fear mentality. They don't back themselves to go, I'm going to do this, this, and this. I'm like, man. But I'm seeing it. I'm definitely seeing it.
Oh, dude, I've seen it from people where they're like, oh, I don't think I don't think we should be running ads now. And I'm like, why? And they're like, the market's not right. Like people are not going to.
And they're buying into that. A lot of people are buying into it.
You can't think like that.
Yeah, a lot of people are buying into
that. He's like, nah, it is. Trust me, no one's making any decisions now. And I'm like, dude, like you sound like you have bought into it more than
three people that have said no to him.
Yeah, and it's like you've bought into this more than anyone else. Like, and the worst part is that comes across. You know what I mean? You go talk to someone else and then, you're dealing with a lead. Like you're almost giving them the out because you've already bought into it mentally. And I'm not buying into it.
Yep.
Sorry, but I just
no. You don't need to apologize.
Nah, I do. I want to apologize.
I want to.
I'm not buying into it. I don't.
I think that's a smart move. You know, ignore what the masses are doing. Yes.
What's the point?
What's the advantage? What's the advantage to you to do it?
Hey, Trump is absolutely. He's either.
It's one or the other.
He's either. I don't think there's no end where you say this guy's genius. He's either like absolutely taking the piss.
Yeah.
Like absolutely taking the piss, or he's absolutely off his head.
Yeah.
One or the other. There's
no middle ground.
There's no middle ground.
No middle ground.
He's either taking the piss or he's off his head.
No, look,
the world's in a funny place.
I've heard things where he could be a master stroke as far as how he's doing everything for people to buy, because he's restricting the oil flow through the Strait of Hormuz, or and forcing people to buy it through the US, through other allies, whatever it might be.
Who's buying it through the US? What's changed?
No, it could force people to go to other avenues to get oil from there. Because he's in so much debt. They're saying, like, I've read so much things.
Yeah,
like,
but
I just don't know what to believe, man. Like, that's what I mean.
I think
there is
at
so much out there. You just got to ride the wave and see what happens.
Yeah, I think at this point, if you, and I'll say this publicly, I don't care. If you are defending Trump's actions, I think you don't know enough about the situation. Like, you're not following it closely enough, because nothing stacks up. Nothing. But
I don't know, man.
We're just fucking viewers in this shit.
Yeah. NPCs.
Yeah.
We are big time NPCs when it comes
we
to
are big time NPCs.
And it's just, it's annoying, it's frustrating, but what do? There's an element of it. I think the market has shifted, but because
as in it's over the
even in the last 3 months, let's say this year, I think the market shifted from a perspective of consumer confidence and buyers and all that sort of stuff. Yeah. However, I still won't let that be the reason for me not winning projects.
Yeah, dude. I think we're on the cusp of a world war.
It could be, yeah. I mean, well, you see what's going on. They're dead set bombing people. We probably live in the best place in the world at the moment.
Dude,
even Melbourne.
No better. Yeah,
even
so
Melbourne.
far. We're like the furthest. Even if China went to fuck around, they'd get Darwin first.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like,
we are far,
just take it.
We are far.
They're going to look at Melbourne and go, can't be bothered.
Too far.
Too much. The fuel's too much to get here. Yeah. Fuel's too much to get here. We're not going down that path. But, it's not one that I'm going to let it tell my story. We looked at, as I mentioned, I think before, that we're looking at doing projects in Adelaide. I've got a couple of meetings set up next week with architects. I'm going double downing on stuff at Builder Elite. Like, don't let it be your story. You know, find ways to make it work. Find ways to get shit happening. And don't get me wrong, is it stressful? Yes. I've been under a lot of like mental stress, but fuck, I'll push through it. I'll make it happen.
So you're feeling the pinch.
I'm feeling the pinch from a perspective of a number of things, like even from cash flows, a pain in the ass, because then you get, again, because I'm finding that the confidence isn't there. You're getting clients that are also not confident. They're holding back and they're not making decisions when they need to.
There's a flow-on effect.
There's a huge flow-on effect, because it's like, for example, I needed a client to make a decision on some drains. They made the decision, but the decision was received later than I would have liked it, which then meant my concrete pour gets pushed back a week. And it's like, okay, you think a week, big deal. Well, it kind of is. It's a whole week that I could have done $50,000 worth of work and paid and invoiced for and made money on, which now goes to the next month, or which now goes to the next quarter, whatever it is, you know what I mean? So it does have a flow-on effect. And I'm finding that because of that mentality, you're seeing it from the consumer, you're seeing it from subcontractors, you're seeing it from internal with your own team potentially. So it's like, how do we snap out of that and go, no, guys, this is how we're going to do it. This is what it's about. This is what it needs to be.
How do you do that?
I just double down on myself. You know, I would, whether it's in the space of getting yourself mentally fit and educating yourself in a certain area or doing something, just working harder. Sometimes it can just be that, rolling up your sleeves and go, cool, let's put in the hours. Let's work on this tender. Let's go and make some more phone calls. Let's go and make more opportunities. What if it's nothing? What if it's something? Like, as I said, I've got 2 meetings, one this week, probably one in next week, with architects I've never met before, but just through my sheer contacts that I've got in the industry. Someone's introduced me, said, hey, speak with George, speak with this person, and they've made the introduction. And then who knows where that could lead? We could hit it off. They could like me. I could like them. Say, here, I've got a job here. We're doing this one. Go and quote it. I'm like, great, let me quote it. I quote it, we win it, away we go. And then all of a sudden I'm turning around saying, hey, we've got heaps of work. We're totally fine. Be that person. Be that person when someone says, how's business? Oh, fuck, flat out. Can't keep up. I go, do you want a job? Like, come and work with me. Like, be that person in the room. Don't be the bloke that's going to be, or the woman that's going to be, it's fucked. It's too hard.
Oh, dude, so many of those people right now.
Everyone. I think it's almost, even in good times, I think people say that in our industry too.
In the construction space? Without a doubt. I've always said the construction space is everyone's victim.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough. Let me jump into my new Rangy.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Gotta do some more push-ups. Yeah. Should be right.
Anywho, so I think that's definitely something we're seeing, across the board at the moment. And I don't know. I don't think I'm impacted mentally yet. Like, I don't feel worried, but I do also so for example, talking about going on a camping trip, all of a sudden the 4-hour drive is questionable now.
How funny. I said that I just got back from Inverloch today.
Yeah.
And
because you're like, all of a sudden it's going to cost me way more.
Yeah. Someone that I met there actually was a person I went to uni with 20 years ago. I haven't seen him for 20 years, a girl I went to uni with. And I bumped into her whilst we were there, and she's like, I got a fucking long time to see. How you been, blah, blah, blah. And then she actually brought it up herself. Petrol prices. It wasn't as, it's I'm looking at the diesel at $3.20, and it's like, now I got to fill the tank up to get all the way here and all the way back home. It's like, I didn't even think about that. But I mean, that's a thing people are worried about now. And it's like, do we go on that trip?
Yeah,
it's gather round. They just had gather round at SA in South Australia, in Adelaide.
Yeah.
They said the numbers were significantly down from previous years. So with gather round is where every club plays in Adelaide, right? Yeah. And then the previous years, they would have people flying in from everywhere, all over Australia. Last year,
okay, so people not flying in.
People are not going to Adelaide. Yeah. So he goes, it's definitely.
Sorry, I thought you meant like the Adelaideans.
Oh, no. It's the people coming from interstate to South Australia for gather round, because every team is there. Last year it went off. Like, it was still, I think, busy. But like the Hawthorn Western Bulldogs game, that's normally a sold out game. Like, you can't get it. Last year you wouldn't be able to get a ticket because it was a Saturday night. That's their blockbuster game. And people just go to the footy for the sake of going to the footy. There were spare tickets everywhere. And a lot of people would drive down from Melbourne. You didn't get a lot of that. And then flights as well. Flights are more expensive. People aren't going down there too. So I do think it's affecting people's decisions or influencing people's decisions.
Is this how it happens though? Like, is this how COVID
How it
happened?
starts, yeah.
Yeah, because at the
Potentially,
start
let's
of
look
COVID,
at the patterns, yeah.
Yeah, like at the start of COVID, was it kind of like, like, you know what I mean? Like, because I remember not being fearful. I remember looking at, I was working in real estate when COVID first hit. I was a real estate agent. So for the first ever lockdown, I was in real estate.
Yeah.
And I remember when that happened, real estate could still work.
Yeah.
So we were still allowed to work, but we had to go work from home. I'll never forget, dude, the feeling I got when the email came in and I was sitting at my desk and all of a sudden we got an email and it was addressing everyone in the company to say like, we need to work from home.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, what? Like, really? Like, you guys are actually sending us to work? And everyone kind of got up and packed their bags and it was like almost this surreal moment. Yeah, and then we'd go to like, we'd do opens and I remember like other people sitting there like, hey, sanitizer, give me the sanitizer. And it was like, everyone was freaking out. And I remember thinking,
you're weird.
like, no, what, dude, what, you're going to get a cold? Like,
I think at the beginning I wasn't too concerned about it. And then it was when it sort of came out that it was more for elderly people that were affected by it. That's when it was like, okay, well maybe, because, you know, got parents and grandparents and stuff like that that are still around. So that's when it sort of started to go, okay, well maybe this thing is a bit more serious than what it was. And then I think it just got ridiculous after that point in time.
well, yeah, the way it was handled.
Yeah, everything was just fucked. And look, I hope it doesn't get to that stage as well. I think if
also
you see
in the moment, like I remember watching the numbers. Do you remember like flatten the curve? The curve.
I tried
you know
not
what I
to.
mean?
Even then, I tried not to watch the news too much.
Yeah, but like you'd want to know like what the numbers were, and like every day it was climbing, and you'd think, "Fuck, we are fucked here, dude. Like we're not even looking like coming out of this lockdown." Like every single day the numbers are going up, and it's like you bought into the propaganda. You know what I mean?
So what happens now? This is the interesting thing, right? What happens in this instance?
That's what I'm saying.
Is
yeah,
it the
it's
very
like,
first?
How do you know
the first restriction on fuel? Like they say, hey, like the government spent $20 million on a fucking ad.
which ad agency? Which one?
I know.
How the fuck are we not getting those jobs?
Dude, I know, right?
$20 million for an ad. I'll give you the best ad ever.
Hey, I'll hold the fucking microphone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
$20 million for an ad.
It's stupidity.
Why?
Mate. It's just stupidity.
Where's the ad? I didn't see it.
I haven't seen it yet either.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it. It's something about, you know, how to look after your fuel, like as in pump up your tires, fucking make sure your car's serviced, like dumb fucking shit. Oh, like if you've got extra weight in your car, take it out so your car's more efficient. We can all do our little bit for Australia.
Why couldn't they do a Facebook post?
I don't fucking know, man.
Like, why
just
could you
do a
not
tweet like Trump? Just tweet it out. But they spent $20 million on getting that shit out in a time where we don't have the money to spend as a government. They're spending that sort of coin to go out and do stupid shit like that. But again, circling back, is this the beginning when you start to see the very first restrictions come in and say maybe, okay, everyone can get fuel, but you can't put more than 50 litres in at a time. All right. And it's like you get a 50-litre limit.
Fill up after this, bro.
I'm going to go get jerry cans. We go to Bunnings, put it on the account.
Yeah, or they start to do a thing where it's like, okay, you can't, fuel's now,
if you have two
fuel's now
cars,
$9.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you're like, bro, come on, bring it back to $3.
Yeah, come on.
Do you
That's
know what I
it.
mean?
Remember,
Like, this is ridiculous. Take it back to $3.
But maybe that's a thing. Maybe that is exactly what happens. They go, cool, if you want to drive, this is what it's going to cost you. It's now $9. And that could be a thing. That could be a way to, because a lot of people would stop driving, don't you think?
Yeah, or ditch tolls.
I think a lot of people would.
Ditch tolls.
Yeah, well, it's a private company, but
Do you think there's less cars on the road? I don't think there's less cars on the road. Do you think there's less cars? I'll just fucking sat in heaps of traffic.
No, I don't think people.
It's not noticeably quiet.
I haven't noticed it at all.
Not at all. Not even a little bit.
But as I said, I just drove to Inverloch. Plenty of cars on the road. Plenty of cars. So I don't think people are feeling it yet. If it goes to $4, $5, $6, yeah, maybe you'll see people going, all right, we're not going to drive as much. They're going to start catching public transport. Did you know public transport was free?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Didn't know that. In the month of April or something like that. Yeah, I didn't know that. Might catch a tram home tonight. And for reference, I live 400 meters away from the office.
It might take you longer to catch a train.
By the time I wait for it. He'd be annoyed. He'd be annoyed that he has to stop after one stop to get to my house.
I think it is, I definitely think it's at the forefront of people's minds right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
You know, and I thought we had passed the what's it called when you pass the peak.
Mhm.
Like I thought we kind of passed the peak, but it doesn't seem that way with everything that's happening either.
No, well, I think it's re-escalating. It sort of seemed like they'd made a deal and they're going to start to open that up,
I don't know.
and then it's just re-escalating. But again, it's like the other day, didn't they took away the tax on petrol? It was like 50,
I heard
30 cents, 40
something
cents.
like that. Yeah.
Back after a week, it's back up to the price it was pre. They took that tax off. So it's like it was $3.20, then it dropped down to high twos, and now it's back up to $3.20 now.
It was
I'm
high
talking about-
twos. I fucking missed it, dude.
Oh, did you? You missed the boat? Shit.
I fucking see.
Oh,
No. Yeah.
What are you going to do with that fucking $3 that you just missed out on?
You're gonna have to
I'll shout your coffee tomorrow.
stop drinking diesel. You know what? When you think about it, it's not that expensive.
The petrol?
$3 for a whole liter?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Milk
Go
is
buy
more
milk.
expensive. Yeah.
Go fill up your car with milk, then come and talk to me.
Yeah. Imagine your car ran on milk. Imagine you had to ride a cow to work, and you had to feed it milk.
It makes milk. You got to
And-
feed it grass.
No, you gotta. They drink milk too.
Do they?
Cows.
Yeah.
You don't know?
Baby cows.
Maybe. Anywho, so you got to think of the good times in these sorts of circumstances, because I swear it'll suck you in, dude.
Yeah, I think so too.
And
the negativity is so contagious, isn't it?
oh, dude,
the doom
it
and
is-
gloom, it's so fucking contagious.
Your mind, you are so hardwired to start
massive.
to think, hey man, I want to survive.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like maybe I should be paying attention because you don't want to, like, no one wants to be the idiot who didn't pay attention and died.
Sometimes in hard times, I kind of get pumped up a bit.
Of course, this is what separates the boys from the men.
Yeah, and I'm like, let's fucking go.
Yeah, let's
and
go.
I kind of get
All right,
excited.
let's see.
I know it's a bit weird.
Can you keep up?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, that's it. And
Let's
I've even thought that
go.
the other
Yeah.
day. I was like, oh shit, this is happening. I'm like, you know what?
Yeah.
You fucking asked for it.
Yeah, but also
you said
it's,
you wanted to be the greatest. Well, fucking man up, pull your socks up.
it's
Time to put your big
all
boy pants
easy
on.
when the good is going good. That's easy.
Yeah.
It's all about when, okay, now all of a sudden it's not.
Mm.
Like, oh, how good are your sales now? Oh, there's only one type of home that's going to proceed like that. Can you win it? Can you beat everyone else? You know what I mean? Do you still have it in you to now all of a sudden there's less jobs on the market?
Yeah.
Do you have it in you? People are downsizing their businesses. Can you grow your business in this window? Because you all know, most people know this. The biggest businesses were born in downtimes.
Yeah.
There's some
What's the opportunity?
There's some stupid stat around it about
Yeah.
like the Fortune 500 companies, and a really large percentage of them had come to fruition during a down cycle.
Yep.
And this is just a cycle. Now, how long it lasts, who knows? But ride the wave. Don't let yourself get caught in mentally, and think of times that have just brought you fucking happiness. You know what I mean? Can you think of a particular moment where a business made you feel like, you bought a product or a service and it made you feel like, wow.
Yeah. Yep. I can. Multiple times.
Yeah. You want to share one?
I'll share one really early on. When I say early on, I mean like fucking 13 years ago.
What's that?
Early on
your
in
career?
my
Parenthood?
relationship.
In your relationship? Okay. All right.
Went to Nobu.
Yeah.
And it was the first time I'd ever gone to Nobu. And I've never really done high-end dining, nothing like that. And I don't know what Nobu's like now. I don't even know if it's considered a really high-end restaurant. But at the time, it was like one of the
pretty
best
sure
at the casino.
it's quite
Like,
good, yeah.
it's meant to, yes. I don't think you're going there for a quick $3 sushi roll. But I went there and I remember...
Sushi rolls are not $3 anymore.
Aren't they? What's going on? I'm upset.
Hard world, post-war,
Well,
post-Trump.
fuel levy. You forget that on the sushi. So we went to Nobu, my wife and I, and it was the first
At
time. I reckon no.
Okay.
I reckon we were either engaged. There was some celebration of some sort. Can't remember what it was. Can't remember. Relax. It's 13 years ago. Can't remember what I did this weekend. Anyway, so we went there, and I remember just the service we got. The food was nice. All right, no qualms about the food. Like, it was nice. Didn't blow me away. Not my style of cuisine, that high-end dining, but very nice. But what I
You
love,
didn't like the food?
oh, I love Japanese food and Asian food as it is, but I thought it was. I like Glenda's, which is down the road, and we'll just have a satay chicken with rice, and I'm pumped. But this was that higher end side of the things. Anyway, what I was blown away with was the service that I received. The waiter that was there, he goes, "Hey guys, how are you? How's your night?" He goes, "Have you guys been here before?" I said, "No, I've never been here before, first time." I said, "Oh, great." He goes, "Look, I'm going to walk you through absolutely everything." And it's like from the moment we sat down and he gave us food, he goes, "Let me take care of everything. I'll give you all your meals, everything you want to do, blah, 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 blah." He came in, he sat down, he'd give us the meal, and he goes, "Look, I want you to eat this, but eat it in this order. All right, so eat this first, lick that, smell that, touch that," whatever it was. He gave it to me in a way that we did it, and it really enhanced the experience of eating the food. It wasn't just me grab my knife and fork, shove it in my mouth. Okay, what's next?
Yeah.
So he gave
Which
me an
is how you're
experience.
supposed to experience those sorts of.
Yeah, he gave me a real experience, and then it was fantastic. And then every time we ate something, they would come and clear the plates and give us fresh cutlery, fresh plates, fill up the drink again. "Can I get you another bottle?" Like I felt like I was the only person in the restaurant, and he was serving us and on that day, and that was it. And I've never been back since, funny enough, but that was probably one of the best experiences I've had from a service point of view at a restaurant.
Why didn't you go back?
I don't know. I don't actually know. It's
You
just
don't
never
seem
been.
to like the nicest places.
Oh,
Like,
no, I do, but it's like
Yeah, I feel like you always go. You either have this ridiculous expectation,
it could be.
and it just never gets met,
Yeah.
or you're just not a big fan of it. Because every time you go to like a nice place, you're always like, "Eh." Do you know what I mean? And you're never like, "Bah, that was." You just go and you sit, "Yeah." I think you must set the bar
Maybe.
much
Could be.
too high.
It could be.
Possibly.
Possibly.
You went to, I think it was Gimlet as well once. Which
Oh,
was
yeah,
rated one of the
yeah,
best
yeah.
restaurants in Melbourne.
Yeah. I wasn't that impressed.
Yeah, I haven't been.
No, like I wouldn't be, "Hey, go to Gimlet." I'd rather say, "Hey, let's go to Meat and Wine Co. and have a sick steak." Like I would look at it like that. But yeah, anyway, really great. I would go back. No issues. I just haven't. I don't know why, but I haven't gone back. But I thought that was one of the best experiences I've had from a serving point of view. He just went above and beyond.
I've been reading this book about that, and it's called. I'm still reading it, not finished it. Well, it's listening actually, and it's called Unreasonable Hospitality, and he talks about how he's like, it's really good so far. Like, there's few books now these days that I pick up and I'm like, "Hey, this is a sick book. This is a sick book." I highly recommend Will Girard or something like that. Probably fucked up his name bad. Sorry, Will. But it's called Unreasonable Hospitality, and it talks about how you can go above and beyond in the littlest of ways with your clients. You know what I mean? And restaurants are great for a great example of that. Do you know, like that person knowing the food and giving you the guidance on how to eat it versus someone who came in and maybe knew a couple of the dishes. "Oh, yeah, that's nice. Yeah, I like that." You know, that would be a very different experience. Like really, really different. And he shares this one example in the book where he goes through and they manage a big restaurant in New York, Brooklyn or New York or somewhere there. And he talks about how they know that people in the restaurant where they would park, there was only 1 hour of parking or something like that. And he goes, so they'd notice that people were always getting up in the middle of their meal to go and top up the meter and come back. So what they started doing was they would train the waiters to go and say, hey, George, welcome, blah, blah, blah. They had the conversation. They said, how did you get here today? He said, "I drove." He said, "Okay, cool. Where'd you park?" He said, "I parked on Smith Street." "Oh, okay, cool. Let us know what your vehicle is and we'll go top up the meter for you so that you can sit down and enjoy your meal." And then that person would be blown away.
By something so small.
And that's a sick gesture, dude.
Yeah. And wouldn't you?
Yeah, you'd be like, "What?
I'd be
You're going to pay
sick.
for my parking?"
Yeah.
Are you serious? Like, really?
Yeah.
Like, even if he said, "I'm going to give you the quarter and you go put it in." I was like, "They're really..." But like, you know what I mean? It's like, and the whole concept they're teaching in the book is like, this cost us, a quarter or two.
Yeah.
And a few minutes. But it was just the input of the process along the way. And he gives another really good example as well where they had, he says, we had a couple celebrating an anniversary. And the couple called over the waiter and they said, "Excuse me, can we ask you a question?" He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "We've put an an expensive champagne bottle in our house in the freezer. Do you think is that gonna be okay by the time we get home? They forgot it in the freezer. And then the waiter wasn't sure, so he went and sought advice from the manager, and he came back and they go, nah, it's gonna explode. So what they did was they took the key, they said, give us your keys and we'll go sort it out for you so you guys can sit and enjoy your meal. This is a really high-end restaurant.
Yep.
So like the people working there, etc., it's premium. So they gave him the keys. They went, sorted it out for him. They're like, wow, how amazing. Thank you so much, blah, blah, blah. This is the greatest thing. Went home, found flowers and chocolates.
So not only did they go,
not only did they do that, but they left him a fucking an additional present on top of everything else, just for entrusting them. And it's like you just look at those things because, like, again, I don't think this is a cheap restaurant. I think people going there are spending a lot of money, etc. But it's like those things aren't just service that money buys you. You know, he gives this really good explanation of like, he goes, what's the difference between service and hospitality? And then he says, the best explanation I've ever heard for this was a woman who I never ended up hiring. And he goes, she said service was black and white and hospitality was colorful. You know what I mean? Service was like, I did the thing. Like, hey, no, what? I installed your fucking lights. But like hospitality was kind of like, we installed it, showed you how to do it, made you feel comfortable, bought you a present, came in a month later, made sure it was all good. You know what I mean? It's like going above and beyond in ways that no one really thinks of. Like, because you need to take time and sit down and have a clear head and just be like, what are the things that we could be doing here that really no one is doing? Like no one, you know? And I think that's a really good thing as a business owner to think about. I think you should take time out of your business. Like now, like in the construction side, dude, I'm going to put you on the spot. What do you guys do for someone who sells a property?
As in when we finish the project? We'd often we'll get them something as like a housewarming gift, but I see where you're going with this. Like, where could you go above and beyond to do something special? The one thing I've done once, I'll tell you, I knew it was my client's birthday on a certain time, and he was a massive Collingwood fan or something like that. And I had some contacts there, blah, blah, blah. And I was able to get him, I think it was a signed jersey by a player or something like that. And I was able to give that to him on his birthday. Now, he was blown away, A, that I remembered his birthday, and B, that I got him something that he really cared about because I'd taken the time to notice and have the conversation and understand what he knows and likes and all that sort of stuff. So, that was a meaningful gift in that regard. But yeah, it's definitely something I think it's worth having a conversation, or what you said, having clear thought where you can sit down for 10 minutes and go, well, what could we do that's better that no one else does? Because I think it will go a very long way.
Yeah.
It does. It does. I mean, we're talking about a moment that happened for me 13 years ago and I brought it up today. Hadn't even thought about it since. But that had an impact on me at the time with the service that this individual gave me. Now, it could have been an individual thing, but I think it was a company thing on how this person was acting. But yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but I think it's just like the little thing, because most of the stuff, it doesn't have to be like a super expensive or, you know, but it's like the little, it's almost like the smaller the gesture and the more well thought out, the more it means. You know what I mean? And
I remember once, you know, now that we're saying this, it's like all these little things are coming back, you know? It's like I remember once we went to Hamilton Island and there was a hurricane there whilst I was there. And my wife was probably 6 months pregnant at the time. And
it's handy.
Yeah, we were stuck in Hamilton Island in one of the main buildings. Like, it was just shit. It was fine. It wasn't that bad, the hurricane. Everyone says it was ridiculous. I thought it was like, I've seen windier days in Melbourne. But anyway, won't go there. But I remember speaking on the phone to Virgin and saying, like, we had ticket. We couldn't get on a flight. That was the other thing. We couldn't get on a flight because everyone all of a sudden was trying to book to get on a flight because all the flights got cancelled. So there was an excess of people on the island trying to leave the island. Anyway, they're there and they're like, look, this is before I had my own business or anything like that. And we're like, oh, you know, my wife's pregnant. We need to get on this flight. And they're like, look, we've only got business class tickets left. And they're like, they're, you know, $1,000 each or whatever it was. And, you know, at the time I was like, oh, look, I can't do that. You know, I can't afford that. Is there anything you can do? Can we do something? Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, they look, leave it with me, sir. And then they come back and they're like, look, we're going to upgrade you to business because you guys are going through this, blah, 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 and we're sorry and we want to help you out. And I thought that was like a great gesture. And I remember then thinking, I'm always going to fly Virgin as a result of the extra service that they'd just given me to get on this flight to go home. And, they're the sorts of things that can go a really long way as a business, whether you're big or small, just doing the little things. Because what's it cost Virgin? Fuck all to put us into business. Right, but
it makes no difference.
No, that's right. They still got to take a body from one place to the other.
Yeah, still the plane's still flying.
Yeah, that's right. And you say the meal, but ultimately it really cost them nothing. But the goodwill that put towards me and the company, and let's just say social media was much bigger then. I could have done a post about it saying how good Virgin is, and got 50,000 views on it, and that reach would have been great for them back then. So I think in this day and age, people will also tend to brag about that. Not brag, show it off for your company too. So think about the bottle of wine now and the flowers and stuff. If they had gone home and seen that, then the wife pulls out her phone to go, I just went to this restaurant. Look at what they've done for us. They're amazing.
Which is more of a reason to do it.
That's the cheapest advertising you're ever going to pay for, and it just costs you some, Cadbury favourites. So there's huge uplift in it doing stuff like that for sure.
Yeah, but it's like, so why don't we do it? Because I could honestly say I don't do it anymore.
Yeah, I think thinking of it, I said when we were talking about this at the start of the podcast, before we started, I was like, fuck, you're so right. I've got to do this. It's something that I have to put some time aside to really think of and go, well, how do we make the experience better than anyone else is going to give? Because all you hear is the opposite as well. When it comes to builders, because you only ever hear the disaster stories, you don't hear the good stuff. It's always the opposite of what's going on in the world. And they're like, oh, this builder's shit and they don't do this and they're late and they charge me this variation and that.
Imagine you say, hey, how was your experience with your builder? Yeah. And then the person responds saying, man, I'm upset it's over.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sad that it's done.
I'm sad that we're not
I don't get the calls anymore.
Yeah.
And I'm upset about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I've lost a connection.
Imagine that.
Imagine that.
Wow.
It's like, I'm upset that I'm going to fuck something up in the house. I'm going to
put a hole in my
bring
wall.
him back, and just say, I did this, sorry, but can you fix it? Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And, I used to always say to my clients, and I still do, I said the intent, especially developers, ones that are continuously building, I go, my intent is for me to be the last builder you ever engage. It's not just me building this project, it's me building the next one for you. And then when you have a friend or a cousin or a brother or whatever it is that wants to build, you're like, hey, just speak to George, man. Don't waste your time. Don't get quotes. Don't do anything. Just speak to George. Trust me. And they're like, okay, cool. That's fine. We won't get other quotes. We trust you. And then move on from there. But it comes with the territory of what do you need to do to make that happen?
Yeah. You know what I found? I think that, the whole book seems to be about going above and beyond. He shares a story at the start of the book where they got invited to the top 50. They ranked or whatever for the top 50 restaurants in the world. Mm-hmm. So the top 50 restaurants in the world got all invited to a gala dinner, and they were going to announce who the top 50 was, starting from 50 down. And he goes, it was the first time him and his business partner were there. He goes, and we walked in, he goes, and we had never been there. We couldn't believe we're here amongst the greatest chefs in the world. We made it. You know what I mean?
Mm.
And then he talks about how they ranked 50th. So they were last out of, he's like, and he goes, yes, he goes, we're lucky to be in that room. He goes, but when you're last in that room, you're still last.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they took it in a really hard way.
As an L.
He took it as a massive L. And then he talks about the journey of how they got there. And this is one thing I didn't know about restaurants. I don't know if they do this in Australia, but in New York, apparently, they do this thing called a family dinner. So it's like, okay, we are all on shift today. We open at 5. We have dinner at 4. So restaurant's closed. We all sit down and eat together as a family. I think I've seen Glenda's do it.
Oh, really?
Where they all have lunch together.
Oh,
Are you there?
cool. No.
You know how they close?
No, I've never seen that.
Do they close?
No idea.
They don't close. They just do it.
Yeah.
And they all have lunch together. And I thought that was a really cool concept because it's kind of like you talk about the book's got so much stuff about culture in it. And you talk about, because it's like, okay, when your team's smaller, yes, you can drive a lot of those things. But for it to grow, it's got to come from something else.
Yeah.
You can't just be you.
That's right.
You. Yeah, so I think there is real power in just saying, okay, how What would have to happen for people to say that? What would the experience have to be like for someone for me to leave here and for someone to be like, man, I'm actually upset this is done. Do you know what I mean? Look, what would the experience have to be like? And just fucking lay out a bunch of ideas.
Yeah.
Like, what would it have to be like? And some of them are going to be good, and some of them are going to be bad, and some are going to be feasible, and some are going to be not. You know what I mean?
Just put them
down.
Start
at the biggest extremes and be like, cool, man. Like, if I walked in here and I handed you $1,000 every day I was here, you'd be pretty happy. Probably not going to do that, but it would make you happy.
Yeah.
You would leave. You'd be like, fuck, this is over, spewing. So it's like, what are the things you can do? Okay, I can't give you $1,000, but maybe I can give you a chocolate. Maybe I can bring something nice. Maybe imagine you captured the whole journey and they didn't know in a build, and you're building someone's like forever home. And then you capture the whole thing, they don't know. And then at the end, like you hand them a video and you're like, hey,
check
this out. And they watch it. And they're like, fuck, like you caught that whole thing coming together. Like, we've got this video forever. We're going to raise a family. It's going to be like the family home. And now we've got the whole thing coming together live.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Everything from us sitting in your office to, you know what I mean? Like the whole thing to when we finally agreed to you to, 12 months or 18 months later, or however long it's taken for it to go from design to completely finished. And now you hand us this finished product along with the actual finished product. And it's like, we had this conversation in your office boardroom and now we're having this one at the new kitchen dining table of what we've made come to fruition.
Yeah.
It'd be sick.
No, cool. Yeah. And some people would love to see that.
Yeah. It's, I think it's cool. I think it's very, very, the book made me want to have a restaurant.
Go buy a store somewhere.
Yeah, it's just kind of like, this sounds. I know that feeling. That the serving consumer feeling.
Yep.
It's nice. It's like when I used to work at Mercedes and people would get their car washed and they weren't expecting it.
Yeah.
And then they'd walk out and they'd be like, oh, you washed it? And you'd be like, yeah. And they'd be like, thanks, man. Like,
yeah,
you didn't have to. And you'd be like, okay, I didn't.
The sponge there.
But yeah. But they just appreciate that sort of stuff.
Yeah, little things like that for sure.
It's like, I feel like I can't do that in a B2B business.
I think you can. It's also being mindful not to do things for free that won't be appreciated, because you might think of it as a really big gesture, saying, I'm going to do this for you and it's not going to cost you. Like, because there's a level of expectation almost. So say, for example, I come in and we're like, we want an extra 5 lights in this room. And say, don't worry, I'll do it. Oh, okay, thanks. Like, it's not, even though those 5 lights might cost me $500 and I'm saying I'm not going to do it for nothing, I'm going to do it for nothing. I don't think there's that level of appreciation there. It's like, I think it's almost entitlement to some degree, because it's like, well, I've just given you $4 million for a house. You can pay for 5 lights. Like, you know what I mean? And I don't think there's that much thought put into something like that. We're talking about something that's genuinely thoughtful.
Well, it's because it's a gesture, is not yours.
Yes.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Is it not? Like, what is it that makes something, I guess when you look at it like that, like, what is it about the thing that makes it so, how can something be worth less? Like the quarter thing, right?
Yeah.
Which is like a huge gesture. You're like,
it's a gesture.
Yeah, someone does that for you. You're like, fuck, dude, that is like brilliant. And then someone can give you something worth an exorbitant amount of money.
And they're like,
yeah.
Okay.
It's like a $500 thing. And you're like, what's the difference between the two? Like, why does
I suppose
this one...
the emotional connection with it and the thought behind it.
Yeah, but you wouldn't be happy you're getting free lights?
Maybe they would be, but I don't think you would get the same. I think they would be happy they're getting free lights. They're like, thanks a lot. That's really great. But I don't think you would get that same emotion out of them as you do the quarters or as you do the chocolates at the end of the day. You know what I mean? I think that's the difference there. I think you've got to go, it has to be a little bit more either personal for that specific person. You know them, you know what they like, you know what they're about, or it has to be like the car wash thing or whatever it is. If I had a scratch on my rim, not that I would do it, but if my wife scratched my rims on my car and then I took it to Land Rover and they polished that scratch out, I'd be like, that's fucking sick. Thank you. Like, it's cost $100 to fix that. All right. But I'd be like, that's amazing. I'm always bringing my car here for service. All right. Little things, like, what's the little thing that would get a big result in the long term?
Is it even about the size of the result? So you actually just made me remember. You made me remember a person. Okay. When I used to work for Mercedes, so I was a service advisor, right? So the person you speak to when you drop your car off for a service, right? You go down, there's a guy there in a suit, whatever. Hey man, I'm here to take my car for service. Cool, sit down, blah, blah, blah. What's going on? What are we booking it for? All right, cool, sign here. I'll call you when it's ready. That guy.
Yeah.
That's my full-time job, dude. And I met this guy. I don't know how I met him, but, I think he just got served to me or whatever. I can't remember. His name was Steve Abella. He was the head of procurement at Peter Rowland Catering. I remember this. I'll tell you why. Because he was a wheeler and dealer, dude. Like, he knew how to get things out of people. So he would come and he's like, hey, Robbie, how you doing, man? Blah, blah, blah. What was the first thing? Oh, yeah. Yeah, man, I work at Peter Rowland, blah, 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 this and that. He's like, you follow the Melbourne Cup? And I was like, nah. Like, not really. Like, he's like, have you been? I was like, no. He's like, do you want to go? I was like, sure. Like, you're thinking, all right. So, do you know anything about the Melbourne Cup?
It's in Melbourne?
You know anything about it? You know what birdcage is?
Oh, yeah, like their version of MCC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's like, all right, cool, man. I'll get you some birdcage passes. Let me know who you're bringing. Let me know who your mates' names are. And I thought, I don't even know you, bro. Anyway, so I give him the mates' names and he comes in and he hands me 6 birdcage passes. They're worth like $2,000 each. And I thought, okay. And then dude comes back a month later for Christmas, drops off a coffee machine.
For you?
Yeah. And I'm like, what is like, and it was just like an espresso coffee machine, jumps off a whole bunch of pods. He's like, yeah, man, Merry Christmas. And I'm thinking to myself, who the fuck is this guy? Hey, this guy taught me a lot indirectly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if he listens to this, he'll like my LinkedIn posts.
Get him
if he listens to this, I'd be pumped. I'd love to connect because he taught me in a way that was like, I witnessed by watching.
Yeah.
I learned by witnessing, sorry, is what I'm trying to say. And let me tell you, he also got me tickets to the Formula One. It's like full passes.
Yeah.
And dude, he's like, send me photos of you and your mates. And I'm like, are you serious? Like, you're gonna, and I send him photos and he comes in with passes with all our photos printed on them. Yeah, and I'm like, fair enough. All right, whatever. You obviously got pull. Let me tell you, whenever he wanted anything, he got it like that. Like when I say he got it like that, I mean he got it like, he would say, so to him now, he's connecting with big people, blah, blah, blah. He would say, you need to take your car in for a service. They've got an 8-week wait on loan cars. One sec. Robbie. Yeah. Yeah, no worries. Tom's coming tomorrow. And I would fuck up the whole system and give that person a loan car.
Absolutely.
Just because I wanted the coffee machine next year.
Yeah. But not even you wanted it. You
felt
got it already.
Dude, I felt
there's a level of gratitude.
Yeah, I felt it in owing.
Yeah, it's also the 100%, man.
And then
100%.
It's a great guy, man. I would, if he ever wanted, I would always have time for him. Just because I feel like I was a kid and I didn't understand what was happening. And when it all came to an end, it kind of all came together. And when I resigned, I told him, I said, hey man, I'm leaving. And he's like, what? And I was like, yeah. He's like, hey. He's like, are you serious? And I'm like, yeah, man. I'm moving on. No, he's like, dude. He's like, I've invested in you.
Did he say that?
I was like, yeah. And then he laughed. He's like, no, he's obviously all the best.
That's funny.
Yeah, but to him, that was his will and like that's when I understood, like, oh, this is business. Like I thought you liked me.
No.
But no, you were just doing the right things so that you had leverage. That's and he did. Mm-hmm. I swear to you, he did, man. He could call me at any time and I'm like, just bring it in and do it.
But it wasn't even an obligation thing. You wanted to do that.
Of course.
You wanted to do it.
Yeah.
He was a nice guy too. It's not like he was an arsehole who said, oh, here's a coffee machine, sort the shit out, fuck you.
Nice guy.
All right.
Really nice guy.
It wasn't to be like, hey, remember that time I got you the tickets? Well, now you're going to get me a fucking AMG to drive home as a courtesy car. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't an expectation. This is goodwill.
Yeah, he's a good dude. Great guy. Yeah, and he was the head of procurement, which is like, he was like obviously wheeling and dealing and doing all this stuff. And he was introducing me to people that were like, dude, I was like 23. Mm-hmm. And I was like thinking to myself, like these, getting introduced to some like big players. And I had no idea. I didn't know how to handle it.
Yeah.
Like I could have probably leveraged it better, but I was a kid.
No, well, I mean, you don't know what you don't know.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and look now, like, you know, it's it's been 10 years and I'm still talking about him.
That's the impact it had. So how could you, as a business owner now, what could you do so that someone's talking about you in 10 years' time going, oh, remember this? Oh, this reminds me of that time when I did this with this person.
You're going to have to buy someone a coffee machine.
But hey, maybe they loved coffee. Maybe they love coffee that much. Maybe the coffee is one of their most favorite thing. I'm just thinking now for mine. Say I'm building someone's kitchen, all right? And I know that they are just coffee connoisseurs and I know whatever it might be. And then instead of me going, here's your kitchen. Oh, by the way, here's a state-of-the-art coffee machine because I know how much you love coffee.
Imagine how
get
joyful.
One, an inbuilt one,
how joyful.
Proper, all that sort of stuff. You know, here are the beans. Or here's a year subscription to St. Ali coffee because I know how much you love it. This is our gift. Like, that's what I'm saying. When you can give a handover gift or something during construction, just something that has thought behind it, that will live. And again, it kind of depends on the relationship you have with your client. It could be someone that comes in for 3 seconds, or it could be someone that you have a relationship for 6 to 12 months with in construction like us. Or even yourself. You would have long-term relationships as well that you could have stuff with clients. So yeah, having a think about what is going to be the most impactful thing with those people, whether it's big or small. You know what else I love? Even going to a cafe sometimes and they give you a little cookie on top. I get pumped about that. I don't even want it, but that's great. Thank you. Having a little cookie with my coffee because I love that sort of shit.
Yeah, so it's like because there would be so many. It's like where are the little gaps where you're like, hey man, you know, if I just did this and just did that, for 3 small steps, we'd be miles ahead.
Yep. Yeah. I think even, I think it's huge if you can do stuff like that.
The book is making me want to provide a better service.
That's good.
It's like
the conversations made me want to do that.
Yeah, like it's cool. It's cool. There is no, what's the word? There's like that feeling of like doing something for someone and they're fucking stoked or wrapped, or like even if it's the smallest gesture and you see them and they're like, yeah, I feel like you only get that in B2C though. I feel like in B2B, everyone is so busy that they don't stop and appreciate. And because we used to do that, dude. So when people would sign up, I used to send them what's it called? Like a box full of shit.
Oh, like a hamper?
Yeah. That's the word. I used to send them like a hamper every time. And I'd say like, thank you for entrusting us, blah, blah, blah. Like, we're not going to let you down. And I just stopped.
I don't think that's a bad thing that you stopped.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Have you received hampers?
Have I received hampers? Never.
Yeah. I've received a few over the years from trades, from people, suppliers, whatever it might be. And it's generally during Christmas time. But it's like, I don't.
This is everyone listening now. Take a hint.
No, there's not much thought behind it. Like, I don't see, it's nice. Like, don't get me wrong. I appreciate the gesture.
Do you though?
Yeah, well, maybe not as, I don't, in the sense of like, thank you. Like, I do appreciate it.
Not being a wanker.
No, right? No. Like, I genuinely appreciate that you've taken the time. We do business together. I give you lots of work and you've said, here's a hamper of, you know, some nuts and this and that. 9 times out of 10, I'll get it and I just give it out to the team. All right, here you go, guys. Well done. You know, thanks. I share it around. And that's great that I'm doing that. But it's like, if it really meant that much to me, I'd be, oh, thank you. Like, are you serious? How did you know I love these peanuts? Like,
what would be something? Okay. I'm going to give you some free gifts. What would be something where, like, if someone sent it to you now, to your office in Albert Park?
I'd say if it was something that I genuinely have interest in.
Yeah, but like,
right. So say if it was something related to,
give me a specific example now, like Hawks tickets.
Yeah, Hawks ticket, like specifically saying they know I go for Hawthorn,
okay,
or they know, let's just say,
let's be specific.
Hey, okay, I'll be real specific. Look, just random now. I don't want this, so please don't fucking show up on my door with this. But let's just say you got me a golden microphone for the podcast. You know what I mean?
Golden microphone.
Just something unique. Like, so, hey, I know you're doing podcasts. I listen to the show every now and then. I've just done my research. This is a blue microphone is meant to be the best in the industry. Here, I just got it for you. I'm like, that's fucking sick. Thanks. Man, that's so good. I would give him a shout out. Like, I'd be having it now. I'd have a blue one. You'd have a shit black one like you do now.
Thanks.
And I'd have a sick blue one. And everyone would be looking at me and going, oh, wow, George, I love your blue. Our YouTube views will probably go through the roof because I have a hot sick blue microphone.
We'd have to change.
But you'd have to get one too.
Yeah. Well, they wouldn't just.
Or maybe they'd buy
one.
two.
Yeah, surely.
But imagine that. Imagine someone comes in and says, "Hey, dude, like guys, I love your podcast so much, and I've gotten so much out of it. Here, like that'd be sick." Because there's some thought put behind it. It's not just, here's a hamper, I like your podcast. Because I would get the hamper and I'd probably give it to the boys and go, here you go, guys and girls, have some nuts and here's a bottle of wine.
What is it about the microphone that would make you feel like?
I think
what if
there's
it was
a bit
weird,
more
What if it was a
thought.
weird microphone?
I wouldn't, if it wasn't as, from a quality point of view, if it wasn't
quality
like
was fine.
This. Quality's fine?
It's like weird, just looked weird.
I don't know. Then I probably wouldn't use it. But still, I think the gesture is still there. Like, oh, that's kind of cool. Like, weird microphone. Why is it shaped like a banana? Like, you know what I mean? But cool, thanks. You know?
Yeah, I don't know. It's okay. What else? What's another thing? Like, I'm trying to think of what would
experiential tickets, I guess, or things to do.
Skydiving?
Nah, well, that doesn't interest me. But if I had a huge passion for it and I'd been speaking it on podcasts and, you know, someone had that there or maybe someone heard us speak about Porsches the other day and cars and they're like, oh, you know what? I've got this race day experience here. You can have it. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Like there's some thought behind it because I genuinely like it. So I think as a client now, I would want to have, as a business owner, if I'm looking at my clients, I go, well, what do they like? What do they have interest in? What would they appreciate? Not just me saying, here, I'm going to knock off $150 off this variation because you're a top bloke and I want to do something nice for you. Because I've found in the past, whenever I've gone something like, you know what, I'm not going to charge you any margin on this variation for X, Y, Z. It's like, oh, cool, thanks. Like it hasn't been received in a way that we're like, oh, what? You're going to take off $1,000 on this variation? That's amazing. Thank you.
Yeah. So
Like,
you're better off charging them and
and
spending $1,000 on them.
100%. You are 100% right. I'm better off charging them $1,000 and going getting them a brand new coffee machine because I know they love coffee.
Yeah.
Or spending $1,000 and getting them the best tickets at the footy because they love to watch, you know, Brisbane Lions. Whatever it is. That would go so much further than me saying, here's $1,000. And that's what I'm saying with the hamper. It's like, well, okay, thank you. I appreciate it. That's great.
Do you think, because I'm assuming you get all your hampers at the, like, you know, how all the trades tend to do it around Christmas time?
Yeah, absolutely.
So-
I have received them in the past just during, I've received a hamper just randomly from someone who just wanted to do work with us and said, hey, we love what you do. You know, just wanted to introduce ourselves. And I thought that was better because it was a random thing. And it's like, hey, this is our introduction. Can we have a chat? We want to price up some work. And I got in touch with them. They priced up some work. I don't recall whether they won the project in the end, but it was still a good way to introduce and get introduced to me and the team. But yeah, I think having a bit more meaning behind it if you know the client. And if you don't know the client, then what's going to be impactful enough for them to go, oh, wow. What a great gesture.
Yeah, something along their experience. Like the
experience,
the
absolutely.
quarter example of the car park. Like you don't know that person, but you just got to work out if they drove there. And you know, if they drove there and they parked on the street, that they're going to have to get up. And your whole thing is like, I'll stop you from getting up.
Yeah. And I'll stop you from getting a ticket.
Yeah.
Or I'll help you not get a ticket.
Yeah. So either way, like whether they were going to cop the ticket or get up, you've helped them.
Yeah.
You're like, cool. Like whichever one it is, you don't have to do anymore. Got your back. 50 cents, 25 cents, whatever it is. It was like the smallest cost for the biggest leverage.
Mm-hmm.
And I think finding those in your business is the thing.
I'll give you one. I had a client do this to me once. Once I was building a client's house and he bought this spit because he was cooking a lamb on the spit. Right. And he goes, oh, my mate makes these. He goes, oh, great. And I was like, oh, this is amazing. This is so good. And then he's like, and then he took notice of me showing interest. Like, oh, I've got to get myself one of these. Like I was just saying it in conversation. I wasn't saying, go get me one. And then the next time I came on site, my client had bought me one. He goes, here you go. I go, what's this? He goes, you said you wanted one. I got you one. Right. Now that thing was $600, $700, something like that. And put it in the back of my ute, took it home. I still use it today. Right. But that little thing, because he knew I wanted one and I would use it, and I do use it often. And it's like the gift that keeps on giving. But mate, the next time he asked me to do something for him, You know, oh, George, can you move this way? Hey, don't worry. Yes. You need 5 lights? No worries. You got 10. I'll put 10 new lights in for you. It worked the other way as well.
Yeah.
So similar to what your wheeler and dealer was doing with the Nespresso machine and the tickets, you know? So that was a way for him to get, he did it out of the goodness of his heart. He didn't do it to get something out of me because we had a good client-builder relationship. But, you know, that's something I still use it today and I still think of him. I'm like, oh, you know, what a guy.
But so even if he did it in a way where he's like, that was his way of wheeling and dealing.
Yeah.
I don't see that as a bad thing.
No, I think that's a transaction.
It's like, good on you.
Yeah, like he's going,
okay,
hey, George
that
wants one
was
of these.
your.
I'm going to get him for that. So
Yeah.
then that way, you know what? If I need a few more tiles laid here, he's not going to go, George, here's a $6,000 variation. He might say, yeah, don't worry, we'll sort it out. So yes, I agree with that. I don't have an issue with that at all.
Yeah, I think it's just good. It's smart. Do you
Mm.
know what I mean? I have no doubt the person I was referring to was doing it as a business gesture. Like he knew how to get his way in a particular situation and he was just he obviously had some type of leverage where he could give away those things and it probably doesn't affect him. And I think he was smart. Like that was a really smart way to go about it because you skipped the line every single fucking time.
Yeah.
Whatever you needed, I was there.
Yeah.
You knew how to. And I would jump. He'd call, I'd answer. He'd call me at night, answer. Like I'm serious client.
Yeah.
Buy some coffee. Yeah, wow.
So good.
I think that's I think everyone can take something from this.
Yeah, me too. I reckon it's something you should really start on. And hey, hand up, I'm going to.
Yeah.
I'm going to. I've got the opportunity where I can start to spend a bit of time and invest in this because I really want to, over the next couple months, focus a bit more on some systems in my own business. But this is one of those systems. This is one of the things that I can start implementing and doing.
Yeah, and it's like, how could you make the person say, I'm sad this is over?
I love that. I love that. Honestly, I love the whole concept of how do I make my client say, they say, how would you build? I'm upset that we're not building anymore.
Yeah, I'm upset we don't get to have our calls or our meetings anymore. Because the whole thing was just a fucking pleasure.
Yeah.
Like it was so fucking good. I had so much fun. You taught me so much. We learned so much on the way. I had fun. You delivered everything we wanted and more. And you had all these fucking surprises along the way that I wasn't even expecting. And it's like, you know what I mean? And like, doesn't that sound so much fucking better?
Yeah.
Like, and then it's like, imagine, that's what you're doing. It's like, that's what we do all day, man. We fucking create wow moments.
Wow moments. How good.
You know what I mean? It's like, like we just blow them out of the water every single time. We just get to watch people.
And take it a step further. Like from my building perspective, I'm always thinking about, well, it's me. How do I do it? What about your subcontractors? As a builder, what could you do to your subby to give them a wow moment?
Yeah.
Maybe instead you
team.
or your team. Absolutely. Give people wow moments in general. Because I can tell you what, if I gave my plumber a wow moment and said, here's some whatever tickets. I know his kid loves the Wiggles. All right. And I'm like, here, man, some tickets to the front row tickets to the Wiggles. Oh, what for? So, man, I know your kids love it. You told me the other day they love it. Here it is. Oh, man, thank you. So you reckon the next time I call him up and say, hey, I've got a leak in this pipe, he's going to be like, no, I'll be the next 43 business days. I'm busy.
Yeah.
All right. Or he'll be like, okay, I'm coming. I'm on my way. I'm in the car now. I'll turn around and I'll go there. So you're going to get that from people. So I think it's a really good way to look at it and to do those wow moments. I love it.
Yeah, definitely something we could, I think everyone, I think the world would be a better place. And, if you created those experiences for everyone, you might just forget that there's a war on. Boom. How's that for full circle, George?
Man,
you like
massive.
that one?
That's sick. But you're not wrong. Maybe you just forget.
You're not wrong.
You're so focused on the positive that you can do and change in this world that you'd be like, what war? What are you talking? Is there a war? Did Trump do something stupid? Oh, whatever. We're creating wow moments. I love that. Let's trademark that shit. Wow moments.
You heard it here first.
That's it. Do you know what else will be a wow moment?
What is it?
It's when people come to the Builders Summit.
That is. I believe. I believe that is a phenomenal event.
You know
but
what?
You know what, George?
Yeah.
How do we make it better?
We can make it better by giving shit away. We could give stuff away to just make it that wow moment. And you know what we're doing at the next Builder Summit, Robbie? Let me tell you. We've got a Milwaukee toolkit valued at over $2,800 that one lucky person is going to win.
In each city.
The Builder Summit in Sydney and in Melbourne. All right, we're going all out because I want someone, you know what? I don't have to do that. We don't have to do it. We don't have to give something away, but how cool is it when someone walks in there, the last one we did, and he won the prize and he's like, oh, what? He goes, I wasn't expecting that. And he won the prize. He ended up sharing it with his team and doing all this stuff, but it was a wow moment for him. That was something small, a gesture of our appreciation for them spending the day with us and coming out of that with something a lot more than what he paid for a ticket, that's for sure.
Yeah, a lot more.
But here's the thing, the idea around the Builder Summit is that anyone that attends, they're going to leave with a lot more than what they pay, even if they get a free ticket. And what we've done over the last really 3 years is we've really fine-tuned this event. We've made it something pretty special, I think. I reckon it's one of the best trainings out there. And yeah, I could say that I'm being biased and it's my own product or it's something we've done together. But honestly, we've both been to a lot of trainings. You went to one the other day and you're like, hey, 800 people here or however many people it was, 500. And the people on stage is like, they gave no value. They're hard to talk. I could hardly hear them. The product they were selling was shit. And well-known people, they drew a crowd. But he goes, the whole presence, the whole presentation, the whole everything, it was like showboating more than it was providing value to the audience and actually me walking away learning something. And I think that's where we've really nailed this event and all the events that we do is people that attend walk out of the room going, I'm smarter and better for having sat in this room for a day with George and Robbie and the team because we actually give you shit that you're going to use and will implement into your business and life to make it better.
I have zero doubts. And I can't wait till we get to see that wow moment.
Yeah. And man, how good are the events? They're just fun days. Yeah. They're fun days. We all enjoy it as a team. We enjoy it. But we also enjoy it even as a
There was a period where it felt like it plateaued and I feel like it's picked back up.
I agree.
I don't know what it is about.
Are you plateaued as in the energy or are you saying
the energy? Yeah.
Yeah.
Not as in because the numbers were there.
No, the numbers were there. I agree with the energy. And I think that was my fault as in from us, not the crowd. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, what do you mean?
I think our energy wasn't there.
Yeah. As in internally, not the audience.
It kind of became...
It was like a job.
A task.
Yeah. It's like fuck, I'm busy now and there's so much shit. I got to go do this event.
Got to go do a Builder Summit. All right, everyone, let me change your life. Here, sign here.
Yeah.
You'll be great.
Quick, yeah, you better.
Well done. Whereas now there's
what is it? Why had it come back around?
There's a newfound energy towards it, I think. We're seeing... I think, for me, it's seeing the change in people's behavior.
Yeah, and I think we're seeing people come full circle now as well.
Yeah, that's right. There's been people that came to an early event and gone, you know what, I've got to come do this again.
They're coming back around
and give it another crack, and away we go. So,
man, I also think we've gotten there's some reps now.
Yeah, we're very good at
it. We've worked out what works well. We worked out what didn't work as well,
and we had to try things that didn't work well. We did. We had events where we tried a certain approach with a training, with a learning, with whatever it might be. And we're like, okay, that didn't work at all. People don't gel with that, or that didn't come across the way we intended it. So we had to mix it up and change it up from all avenues. Yeah, this has been a work in progress. So the beauty about anyone that's coming to the next event that's already registered or about to register by clicking the link below is you are going to get the best of us. You are going to get the best of what we've accumulated in the last 3 years hosting events and bringing it to you guys.
It'll be the biggest and best one.
Yeah. I completely agree with you. So we're very excited about it. We hope that you get there. Mate, it's cost you nothing to be there. There's
$0.
$0. Free tickets to get into the room.
You get a free entry into winning the grand prize. And if you want a more grand experience, if you want front row seats, you buy a ticket and you get more entries as well. You buy a gold ticket, you get 5 entries. You buy a VIP ticket, you get 20.
So the odds are there.
Increases your likelihood of winning the prize.
Plus you get the bonus material, which we won't go into, but Robbie offers a bit of bonus material there with social media audits and SEO audits and all that sort of stuff. So you actually get stuff from having purchased a ticket. But again, we understand that fuel costs a lot these days and you may not be able to afford to buy a $50 ticket or a $200 ticket. We understand that. So if you are in that boat, that's totally fine. No judgment. This is a free event because we want to make it easy for each and every one of you to get to the event.
That's it.
Awesome. Thank you so much for tuning in today, guys. As always, see you here next week. We've got a special guest next week as well. Not going to give too much away, but we do have a special guest coming in. We're going to have a chat with him and share his story, which will be fantastic. And as always, hope you subscribe and share it with all the loved ones in your family.
Go make someone's day better.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Bye.